Welcome to Chapter 1. In this chapter, we will cover the human organism. I will introduce the disciplines of anatomy and physiology, discuss the organization of the human body, and introduce the 11 organ systems. Let's begin with anatomy and physiology defined. Anatomy is the study of body structures, whereas physiology is the study how the body parts work or they function. Anatomy and physiology are related to one another. We often say form follows function, meaning a body part's structure or anatomy is determined by what the body part's action or physiology is. To understand the concept of form follows function, we use the femur as an example. The femur is the thigh bone. Its function or physiology is that it must hold all the upper body weight and at the same time move the legs to walk. To perform this function, the femur must be very strong, so its anatomy follows this. The femur is the longest, strongest bone in the body. Therefore, it is an example of form following function. Next, let's discuss the levels of structural organization. The human body is organized into 6 levels. Each level is more complex than the previous. The first and simplest level is the chemical level. At this level, atoms like carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen combine to form molecules in the body. The second level is the cellular level. Here, molecules come together to make body cells, like a smooth muscle cell. The third level is the tissue level. Here, cells come together and work as one tissue, like smooth muscle tissue. The fourth level is the organ level. Here, tissues work together as an organ. This picture shows that the stomach organ is made of 3 different tissue types: epithelial, connective, and smooth muscle tissues. The different tissues work together and function as a common organ, which is the stomach. The fifth level is the systems level. In the system level, different organs function together as part of a body system. An example of this is the digestive system. It is made of several organs, including the mouth, stomach, pancreas, and small intestine. The sixth and final level is the organismal level. In the human organism, all of our 11 body systems work together so we can function as a person. Now we will cover the 11 body systems. For each body system, be familiar with its components and functions. The first body system is the integumentary system. It is made up of skin, hair, nails, sweat glands, and oil glands. It functions to protect the body, regulate body temperature through sweating, preventing water loss, and it helps to make vitamin D. So when we go out in the sunshine, our skin is able to make vitamin D that can be used by our body. The second body system is the skeletal system. It's made up of bones and their associated cartilages, ligaments, and joints. It functions to support and protect our body, allow body movements, produce blood cells, and that comes from the bone marrow, and stores minerals and lipids. So the minerals in particular would be calcium and phosphate or phosphorus. The third body system is the muscular system. It's made up of smooth skeletal and cardiac muscle tissue, as well as tendons. It functions to produce our body movements and maintain posture. It is also responsible for producing heat. The fourth body system is the nervous system, made up of the brain, spinal cord, nerves, and sensory receptors. It is a major regulatory system that detects sensations, controls our movements, physiological processes, and intellectual functions. In order to do this, The nervous system uses action potentials or electrical signals to communicate from one part of the body to another. The endocrine system is made up of hormone-producing glands. We will continue learning about the system at a later chapter. It functions as another regulatory system, but this one influences our metabolism, growth, reproduction, and other functions. And the main difference is that this endocrine system is the system that produces hormones. So it includes all those hormone-producing glands. The sixth body system is the cardiovascular system. It's made up of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. It functions to pump our blood, which carries oxygen and nutrients to our cells and carbon dioxide and wastes away from our cells. It also plays a role in the immune response and temperature control. The lymphatic system is made up of lymph vessels, nodes, and organs, including the spleen, thymus, and tonsils. These all carry out immune responses. So they function by removing foreign substances from our blood and lymph. It combats disease, it maintains tissue fluid balance, and absorbs dietary fats from the GI tract. So the lymphatic system used to be called the immune system, so you may have heard of that term as well. The eighth body system is the respiratory system, made up of our lungs and respiratory passageways. It functions to transfer oxygen from inhaled air into our blood and carbon dioxide from the blood to exhaled air. This also plays a role in regulating our blood pH. The ninth body system is the digestive system. It's made up of the mouth, esophagus, stomach, large and small intestines, and accessory organs. It performs mechanical and chemical breakdown of food, or digestion. It also absorbs the nutrients and eliminates solid wastes. The 10th body system is the urinary system, made up of our kidneys, urinary bladder, and the ducts carrying urine. It removes waste from our blood. It regulates the blood pH and regulates blood ion and water balance. One thing I like to mention to my students is that kidneys filter blood. They do not filter urine. The kidneys are responsible for taking the bad things out of your blood or the things you do not need in your blood, and then creating urine from that. The 11th and final body system is the reproductive system. It's made up of gonads, which are for the males are the testes, and for females are the ovaries, as well as associated organs. These include the uterine tubes, uterus, vagina, and mammary glands for females, and for males, the accessory structures and ducts, as well as the penis. The function of the reproductive system is to produce the gametes, which are the sex cells. So that would be the sperm for the males and the oocytes for the females. It produces hormones that influence sexual behavior and function. Mammary glands produce milk, and it is also the site of fertilization and fetal development. So in this video, we introduced the disciplines of anatomy and physiology, discussed the organization of the human body, and introduced the 11 organ systems.